El Cardenal Muller fue prefecto del Dicasterio para la Doctrina de la Fe entre 2012 y 2017, produciendo respuestas magisteriales sobre la doctrina católica romana. Con el nuevo prefecto, Víctor Manuel Fernández, quien afirmó que puede cambiar el catecismo, choca fuertemente, y lo criticó en su última entrevista por sus posturas teológicas. Pero lo más destacado, de la entrevista que le realizó el canal católico más importante de Estados Unidos, fue sin dudas, que reconoció que el Papa Francisco está contradiciendo al Papa Juan Pablo II sobre la comunión a personas divorciadas. Pero no solo eso. Ante la pregunta de las dubias recientes que realizaron los 5 cardenales, que abre las puertas a las bendiciones homosexuales y el cambio o evolución de la doctrina católica, Muller responde lo siguiente.
Officer Cardinal Fernandez said the following: Amoris Laetitia opens the possibility of access to the sacraments of reconciliation and Eucharist when, in a particular case, there are limitations that mitigate responsibility and guilt. End quote. Your Eminence, at the time we said Amoris Laetitia, that footnote, would become its own book. It has. That answer seems to contradict the Council of Trent, St. John Paul II's 1993 encyclical Veritatis Splendor, and it's practically a hall pass to adultery. Is adultery no longer a sin? And are adulterers welcome to communion now? Is this an evolution of doctrine that we're seeing?
I think it's very clear in the Old Testament, the commandments in the New Testament, that all sins in the sexual behavior outside the legitimate matrimony is a mortal sin, and that nobody can change it. It is a word of God, and these declarations, in this sense, interpretations, are not only against the documents of the former popes and the councils, but are going directly against the word of God. And the Second Vatican Council said the magisterium is not superior to the word of God, but is under the word of God and serves to him. And the Pope and nobody in the Church has the authority to relativize the commandments of God.
So, Cardinal Muller, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're basically saying the Pope and Cardinal Fernandez really are stating something that is not true and impossible in the Catholic faith, granting communion to divorcees who have not reconciled, who have not, who are either remarried or in a new relationship.
If you are asking them what is the truth, they will repeat the doctrine of the Church, but then they make their exceptions. But in some cases there are no exceptions, and we cannot relativize the word of God with the so-called ethics of the situation. No? The situation is belonging to our subjective condition, but not to the objective conditions for the sacraments.
La Iglesia Católica está desnuda, y está mostrando su desnudez a miles de católicos que recurren a la Biblia como fuente objetiva ante el relativismo evidente. El Cardenal Muller fue por 16 años profesor de dogmática, y como miles de católicos formados, está viendo lo que muchos otros no quieren ver.